Nancy surprised me, so
Say who you are, honey.
oh, my name's Willie. I'm an alcoholic and I'm an addict. So Nancy surprised me. I kind of had some notes set aside for like, cause just to be ready for this, just in case. But it came a week early, so here we go. My name's William Lemus, and I'm from Whittier. I grew up there my whole life. My mom and dad, they were always together, but they were never married. I had a sister. Excuse me. And it was like, no, I'm good. All right. Thank you, Nancy. So, my parents were, they were there. They were there for me for the most part. They had their differences. My dad was a crackhead, and but a functional one. And then my mom, she was like a behind closed doors type of addict. But they used to fight a lot, and there'd be like cops and stuff at the house. Just a lot of domestic violence, a lot of things that weren't really normal. So and then I grew up, kind of like not so cool, or at least I didn't feel that way because I was like a little chubby kid, and I always wanted to be a part of or fit in. So I always I always found myself doing things just for acceptance or approval. So let me see. I started in high school. That's when I started using, meth, weed. My mom kind of introduced me to weed because my mom was a hippie. So I got the weed from her, so she was the gateway. And then from there, it went from meth, alcohol, and then my grandma was bedridden, so I would steal her pills. So I was just constantly under the influence, like from 10th grade. Like that's when it really started, like when I was 15. So it was kind of full blown, all the way until I came to Fred Brown. Um, yeah, I joined my local neighborhood because I grew up with my buddy down the street, and we grew up together. So it was like that was my partner, man. So whatever he did, I did. So I got from the neighborhood, and I just wanted to be like, I wanted to be known as like that guy that put it down. Like I didn't want to be like living in somebody else's limelight, or um, I just wanted my own recognition. So I did that to the full. I did a lot of things to a lot of people that I'm not proud of, and I did a lot of things that I could wish I could take back, but I can't. So all I could do is learn from that. But my dad, when I was 10, my dad was he had got saved, so and he had started taking me to church, but I never really got involved. So I guess you could say I was like Jonah, sitting in the belly of a fish, having a destiny that like for a better life, or at least a direction. And I wasn't really um, trying to go that way. I just wanted to go my own way. I felt like my dad was always on my back, making me do stuff I didn't want to do. So I dealt with depression. I dealt with because my dad, I wanted like my dad, and he was always pointing me to God, and I didn't understand that, but I do now, and I got married. So, I mean, being involved in gangs and in and out of prison, I have like 9 terms under my belt. I spent a lot of time in prison. Thank God that I had a decent enough parents to support me. Even though they didn't accept my lifestyle, they still were there for me in some instances. And, I got married. I was married for 13 years to to the same girl for 13 years. You know, we had a 15-year relationship. And one day I had went to prison, and she sent me divorce papers. And after that, I really didn't care about my life. You know, I was always like the type of person that knew that I was messed up inside, but I always told everybody I'm all right. You know, I'm all right. You know, I'm cool. Um, so, but when I got out of prison, my grandma had passed away, and that what kind of brought me to my end was my grandma dying, you know, to dementia. And I couldn't even be there for her because dementia was like, I've never experienced that, but I don't wish that on anybody's grandparents because yeah, that sucks. You know, I wasn't able to be there for her because I couldn't really take the what dementia was doing to her, you know, and it just it just it just pushed me into a darker place, you know. I OD'd a lot. um I can't even count how many times I've OD'd. You know, I just didn't care about my life anymore after my wife had left me. And then I paroled to the streets. You know, I was homeless, and I always knew that deep down inside that, you know, like, you know, I could do better than this. You know, I could be a better person. You know, I don't have to live like this. And you know, I was looking for, you know, safety in my neighborhood. And you know, luckily for me, a couple things happened that kind of opened my eyes, and I just thank God for that because, you know, I'm not sitting in jail, you know, looking at life. I'm not dead, and I'm not strung out anymore, and I'm not depending on people that don't really care, you know. So I went to jail, and I got arrested for having bullets. You know, I had bullets in my car, you know, because I had just recently gotten in a shootout, and I had bullet holes in my car, and I had bullets in my car. And I went to jail, and I had a friend that's in prison, but his wife works for Lakata. So I managed to get scooped up by Lakata, and they bailed me out of a prison term. So, you know, I'm on probation and parole. I extended my parole, so I'm on that. But I messed up at Lakata. I got kicked out, and I ended up at Fred Brown. You know, but it was God because I don't usually go to Bible study with my dad, but I did. And Raul and his wife Melinda, right? They were there at the Bible study. So um, I'm thinking like I had 2 weeks to get into another place. So I'm thinking I have time. I'm gonna go get loaded some more. But God had another another plan. So I was able to get into Fred Brown, and I just want to thank Roxy. I want to thank Liz. You know, especially Nancy. You know, Nancy used to make me cuss all the time under my breath. Still does. But you guys' mother instincts is on point. You know, and I appreciate that. You know, and it comes out of you guys' pores, and I appreciate that because you guys don't have to do that. You know, but you guys wake up every day and you guys do, and I appreciate that, you know, because you know, I was kind of at my bottom, like for real, like I didn't care about nothing, you know, and you know, being in the groups and the primary and stuff like that, like I was able to find myself again, you know, and I just want to thank. Fred, I always thought Fred Brown was black. I don't know why. When I was in jail, I always heard about Fred Brown, and I was like, and then I'm in Alyssa's office, and I'm like, he's a cowboy, you know, like, hey. But I don't know why, but you know, hey, God works in mysterious ways. So you know, I I was able to find myself again. Um, you know, I have all the elements to help somebody. So I've been to prison, I've been homeless, I've been strung out on heroin, fentanyl. I mean, you name it, I've been on it. And I did it like proudly. So now I'm gonna focus all my energy and to go to school and maybe learn about being a drug and alcohol counselor so I can pull somebody out of that hole. Because I know what it's like. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. So that's what Fred Brown's helped me. Put my Fred Brown's helped me in that area where I love myself now and I believe in myself and I feel like 10 times better, man, about just life, and how how the future is looking for me. It's looking real bright, and I thank God. And to anybody who's in treatment, how successful you'll be is how much you're willing to surrender. Like if you lay it all down and just say, hey, your higher power, whoever it is, help me, and just take direction, then it is possible, because there's a lot of people in here that are success stories that are still doing it, that are they work for Fred Brown. They're they whether they're PAs or whatever. Everybody has a place, and I just want to thank Fred Brown again. Thank you guys. All the everybody that's been a part of my recovery. I appreciate that. You guys. Are. You guys help me build character, man. Dealing with you guys and and some of you guys what you guys went through. I feel for you guys and it's a camaraderie that I'll never forget. I'll take that with me to the grave and with me on my future and whatever God has in store. I just have Fred Brown to thank for helping me believe in myself again.
That's right.